So welcome back guys, Dan here, and today I'm going to be giving you 2 killer tips that really are killing your rate of success. Now, I work as a personal trainer, I work as a coach, life coach, I help people get from A to B, and I have on a daily basis people coming up to me and saying, Dan, I'm sticking to this, I'm following this diet, I'm doing this kind of training, but one thing I can't cope with is motivation. I can't seem to motivate myself. Can you help me motivate myself? Can you motivate me? And although I believe that motivation is great, and if you've got motivation, great, and it will help you achieve many things. However, the tip that I'm going to tell you right now is don't rely on motivation. And now this is what most people do when it comes to the gym, at work, trying to reach targets, or anything in general. When you're trying to achieve something, you rely on motivation to get you there. Now, the reason why I think this is really killing your rate of success is because, let's look at it like this. Last night at 11 o'clock, this is an example now. Last night at 11 o'clock, you were sitting at home and you had this idea, it came up and you were thinking, right, okay, so tomorrow what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the gym at 10 o'clock and I'm going to smash it. I just feel it. I know I want to change my body right now. I know I want it. I really want it, right? Ever been in that situation where you feel so motivated, you want to smash it, okay? Next morning you wake up and you go, I don't feel it today. Oh, God, I'm not feeling motivated today. Okay. So what happens is, the chances are you probably skip the gym session or you move it to a later date. Why? Because you're waiting for motivation to be at the same point as when you are going to the gym or when you're trying to do that one thing you're trying to target. So relying on motivation will always be that point of just one day it will be in the same time zone, and one day you'll be like, okay, I feel motivated, I'll go to the gym now. Well, problem is you have a life to live. You've got work to go to, you've got your lunch to sort out, you've got tea, you've got family to visit, you've got a life, right? So you can't just go by whatever you do is when you've got motivation is when you do your things. Otherwise you'll either not do anything in life and you'll just be chasing motivation around. Now, don't take this point and think, oh my God, Dan's saying that motivation is the worst thing in the world. It's not. I tell you what, when you're motivated and it does click in, great, okay? When it does click in with when you're doing things, then you'll get an optimum performance and you will end up working out harder, or you'll be hitting your targets, you'll make more phone calls, whatever it is. Motivation at the right time is great. However, if you rely on doing things at the same time as having motivation, you'll find that you're constantly waiting. Okay, and waiting never gets you anywhere, because that's time that you could be spending doing something right now. So, there is a solution. What I want you to do is completely knock that on the head and don't think of it as motivation that you're seeking. Instead, I want you to look for 2 things, and that is 1, discipline, and 2, consistency. Now, one of the things I do with many of my clients is I say, right, let's take motivation away. Wait for the car to pass. I'm in a car park. I take motivation away and I flip it with consistency. So let's look at it like this. This is an example. If you're motivated at 11 o'clock at night and you're not at the gym, then in some ways that motivation is wasted. And on the other hand, if you are consistent, okay, so let's just put it like this. If you turn up to the gym when you're not motivated, you're there, you're turning up, you're doing it no matter what. Okay, you don't have to wait for motivation, you just have to turn up. Now, I watched a thing the other day and it was from Gary Vee. Now check him out because he's great, okay? He talks a lot about how to be successful business-wise. And he says, if you want to be successful, it's very simple. Turn up to work, right? Just turn up to it. Don't worry about waiting for motivation or waiting until you feel great and you're waiting for these little feelings. Okay, go by, I'm not feeling too good, I can't do it. Now just turn up to work. You've got a job to do, turn up. You've got a gym session to do, turn up to it. Okay, if you've been nourishing your body, you've been eating correctly, hydrating yourself, and you've slept well, then guess what? You're going to have enough energy in order to get the good routine out anyway. And the motivation you'll probably find when you get there, when you're surrounded by the atmosphere. So knock motivation on the head and get consistent. Discipline yourself. So it's disciplining yourself to stay consistent as well. So write it down if you have to. Set yourself targets. Say, right, I'm going to gym at 10 o'clock on Monday, 6 o'clock on Tuesday. These are my times. I'm going to stay on it. I'm focused on it. Don't think about anything else. Just go straight on it. Be consistent with your training, consistent with your marketing, whatever it is you're doing, whatever it is you want to achieve, be consistent with it and stick to it. Be disciplined, stick to it. Forget about motivation for a little while. That will have its day. That'll just come in when it's ready. Okay, and you'll get motivated just being consistent. Okay, so that was step number 1. Try this out. Forget about motivation, otherwise you'll end up waiting forever. So knock that on the head, be consistent and discipline your consistency. Okay, so step number 2, so killer tip number 2, which is killing your rate of success, is overthinking, procrastinating. Okay, I can never say that word. Hopefully you can say it better than me. I'm just going to stick to overthinking, right? Okay, so overthinking, it's killing everything you're doing. Reason why is because when you're overthinking, you're generally not thinking about all the great things. You're thinking about failure. You're thinking about what happens if, what happens, I should do that, but what if I should go and speak to Bob over the road, but what about if he says this? You know, I'm trying to approach that girl around the corner or the guy, but what about if they look at me weird? Or I really want to call that company up and see if they need my services, but what about if they don't like me? Or what about if they say no? It's this overthinking which leads to the fear of failure, and it relates to overthinking and constantly thinking so much that you don't even do anything. Okay, because the more time, and I'll get onto this in a minute, 5-second rule, the more time you spend thinking, the less likely you are to actually go and do what you want to be doing. So I'm going to go straight onto it, and I'm going to show you this quote. Now, I don't have the quote written down because I'm out right now, but there's a quote from a film, We Bought a Zoo. Now, great film, I love it. I love animals, so I love watching films like that. But one thing that really stuck with me was when the main character, he said, all you really need is 20 seconds of insane courage, fierce bravery, 20 seconds, and I promise you something great will come from it. Now this has stuck with me forever, and I go by this rule. And I'm actually now going to flip on to another thing now, and it's a 5-second rule. And it's not the same thing, it's actually 5 down to 0. So it's 5 seconds, so give yourself 5 seconds. So when you have an idea and a thought, you've got 5 seconds. Okay, that 5 seconds down to 0, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you don't do it within that 5 seconds, the chances are you won't do it at all. Okay, so this 5 seconds work really well, and they use it in the military, they use it in schools, so in the coaching, education, the 5-second rule, in order to get people connected to what you're talking about. So what it does, it shifts your thought processing, and it awakens your prefrontal cortex in your brain. And what it makes you do, it shifts the power of your decision making. So by counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you kind of then, what it does, it's a lot more detailed in this process, and you can Google this about the prefrontal cortex and the 5 to 0 process. I just know about it, and I know it works. It really does work. I've seen it firsthand. I do it all the time. And what it does, it kind of gives you the power to make a decision. The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 takes our concentration. We find it harder. Don't count up from 1 onwards because it's unlimited and you can continue going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it ends. That takes your concentration. It grabs away all of the thinking that's going on up there, and you then have that 5 seconds, or let's say the 5-second rule. In that 5 seconds, you then make the decision. Don't think anymore. It's your concentration's gone. Now your brain isn't working. It's not doing all these things. You're outwitting. You're outsmarting your brain. You're taking control of what's happening, and you're able to make a decision. So let's say it's going to the gym, or let's say it's going and approaching that person over there. You go 5, 4, 3, 2, and just do it. Just go straight in and do it. Count out loud or count out in your head and just do it. Don't think of anything else at the moment. Just count 5 to 0. Know what you're going to do. Make the decision. Go and do it. Because the chances are, if you're waiting longer than 5 seconds, you won't do it. You won't do it, and you'll move it on to another day. The longer you think, and again, after you wait, and if you were to count up to 5 and 6 and 7, there's more chance after that. Then you start thinking, and you start going, Okay, yeah, but I'm still wondering. No, stop wondering, stop thinking. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do that shit. Okay, get it done, do it. So I really think that when it comes to overthinking, what you need to do is distract your mind. Okay, so distract yourself. When you've got all those thoughts up there, and they're generally the fear of failure thoughts, when they're in your head, what you need to do is you need to distract yourself. Now, great ways to do this are by doing something you enjoy, a sport, an activity, reading a book, going to the gym. Exercising is a great way, because what you do is you get into the flow of the movements. Your mind is in a different zone. You've just entered this different sort of paradigm shift. You're not there anymore. You're in this sort of this, and I call it the flow, right? You're in this flow of movements, and you're just taken by it. Anyway, find what you like doing. It could just be simply going for a walk or spending time with your animals and your family, or something fun that's taking your mind off work, it's taking your mind off anything that's in your head and you're overthinking. Distract yourself, get away from overthinking, because overthinking leads to failure. It does. Overthinking continuously gives all these bad thoughts and it will lead you to failure. So get away from overthinking, make a decision. Okay, so distract yourself and start doing something that you enjoy doing. And that will distract you away from overthinking. You'll be more productive, you'll be doing more, you'll be having more fun, and everything will just start to be better for you. So I'm going to leave it with you there now, because I've got to shoot. I just wanted to quickly, I'm actually set up right now at a car park, a random car park. I've got my camera on the tripod, and I wanted to do these couple of things because they're really important to me, and a lot of people have been asking lately about motivation. And hopefully you've gained from this that it's not about motivation, okay? Instead, get consistent, stop overthinking, and understand what it is you want. And I'll do another video on this about finding your purpose, because just wanting to lose weight or just wanting to have more money is not enough. You need a deep purpose. You need a reason. It could be a reason that you need to have enough money in order to provide for your family, or you want to lose weight so that you can look great for your children when you're taking them out, or simply, I want to be able to survive a burning house fire, right? So I'll do another video on this. I haven't got time for it today, but I will get onto more. And I really hope you're enjoying these videos. I'm starting to put more on. These are part of these videos I've been doing. I've now done 6 in a row each day, or 5, I can't remember. So I'm going to do more and more, and I really want you guys to get involved and start telling me what it is that you want to learn about or want me to talk about, and share your thoughts. Maybe you've got some strategies that really help you that can help someone else. So leave a comment down below. Please click like, click subscribe, and stay in touch with this channel. Okay, stay in touch with the Primitive Vitality TV, because we've got so many big plans coming out, and I just want to get so much information out to you guys and just educate happiness, positivity, fitness, health, and travel and everything. Okay, so down, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you soon.